What's up, guys? How are we doing on this beautiful sunny day? Well, rainy day, but it's getting a little nicer outside. But how are we doing today, guys? I can't stand always looking at people's computer screen when they talk, so I'm gonna do my channel a little different. But what I want to talk about today is police interrogations. So when these transcripts came out, okay, and everyone started getting these transcripts shoved down their throat, why are they taking what the police said in these transcripts as factual information? Every time a question's been asked about these transcripts, the police have said we will not make comment. Therefore, not one statement in those transcripts has been said true by law enforcement, FBI, state police, or anybody. So, again, who's to tell me that what they're saying in there is, again, not speaking is putting out a fucking narrative? Tell me I'm wrong. Again, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. The police don't have to be truthful with you in an interrogation. There's an article from the New York Post, like 2022, I sourced. And again, it talks about how law enforcement is allowed to lie in interrogations, legally allowed to lie to you. And you'd never know, or it's never disclosed, again, like what they lied to you about in that interrogation. They can say whatever the hell they want to get you to admit to a crime. They can say whatever the hell they want to get you to talk. I haven't heard this brought up one time. Why? Why not? Why hasn't this ever been brought up? Everybody has taken everything out of those cops' words as straight factual information. That's weird to me. We'll take that as factual information and follow it, but we won't look at people who are in the vicinity of the crime scene within a half an hour of the murders taking place. Do you see what's wrong here? Do you see why I make my videos? Again, as above, so below. Great channel. Opened my eyes with a few photographs that made me start digging myself. Again, like I said earlier about Julian Powell, I believe he's a player in it. It fucked him up, man. It fucked him up. And he started going off the deep end. And he started talking about it a little bit because he couldn't fucking deal with it, bro. Can't deal with the anguish of that sitting on you, man. It's a lot. So he needed to talk about it. Get off his fuck chest. So that's what he started doing. As soon as he started talking, they grabbed him up. So they took him off the street so fucking fast and put him in a mental institution. Like I said, I need to do a show about conspiracies because, Kanye West is kind of the same way. Kanye speaks truth, bro. Truths. He did a concert one time talking how the world's lying to you. Everything you were taught, it's a lie. You're living by a fucking narrative put out by the fucking white folk. Excuse me for saying that, but it's the truth, man. Our founding fathers weren't black, so again, this whole agenda is pushed by the fucking white man, period. But I don't know, guys. I find that very, 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 very curious. And again, go Google Delphi murders. What pops up? What pops up is the fucking narrative they're pushing. You're seeing news article upon news article about declines. What is that doing? That's putting in your fucking head a predictive programming. They're predictively programmed in your head that the Kleins are fucking guilty. So if the Kleins would get arrested for this crime, you would say, oh, yeah, they did it. They're already making them guilty in the public's eye, like I said. But the peculiar thing to me is, again, we take that as fact, everything that the police said in that interrogation. We are hanging on, it is fact. He was in contact with Libby What if it's a fucking blatant lie? Not one person's brought this up. So I can tell you, it's a fucking narrative being pushed. Period. Show me another channel that brought this up. Please. Maybe vaguely mentioned it or something. Like, again, you have RG is his initials, has a channel. He put up a photograph, one of Julian Powell's photograph, even a photograph of people on the bridge. He puts up a grainy image and like just really doesn't look at what he needs to be looking at and just kind of like disproves it off because he's pushing a narrative too. He's part of this fucking whole thing. I'm starting to think there's very few channels that are actually following the fucking truth, man. Very, very few. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, again, we've taken everything as factual information. We have, no, I can't say that because I didn't. They're taking everything as factual information out of that transcript when police are able to lie to you in an interrogation. So again, how are you taking any of this as truth? I just can't sit and this is unfathomable to me. But I'm very curious of what your opinions and comments are on this. Why are they taking everything out of that transcript the police said is fact? Where does it tell you anywhere that what the police are saying in this interview is 150% stone cold truth? I don't see it anywhere. I see the police not making comment. I see the police refusing to make comment, saying we can't say anything about that. So again, the only people that are making this real and this happened are these fucking channels that are pushing the goddamn narrative. Murder sheet. Murder sheet. But again, this threw people off track. I mean, at first, again, when it come out, the train. I listened to a few things. But I'm mindful of what's going on or what's happening or what is in front of me. And when something just seems too good to be true, it usually is. That's too good to be true, man. If they found this fictitious profile, he was catfished. It's too good. It's done. Cut and clean and over with. But it's a story that would be believable, man. Now, if we tell you a movie was made, the girl was damn near they were damn near axed to death of why they had closed caskets. Because again, people with decapitated heads will have a funeral. People with stab wounds, vicious stab wounds have funerals. But like, if you're like chopped up with an axe or you got fucked up with an axe, you probably couldn't have an open casket. I mean, those like stuff they fill in and whatnot, what have you. I mean, again, so you do the math on that. I believe if they were just decapitated or whatever, whatnot, there wouldn't have been a reason for a closed casket, private services. I don't know. There's also a video that AG has on his page, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about by now. And he's talking about the bodies in the funeral in that day, and like, they're talking about what somebody would look like laying in a casket if they had been decapitated. Whatnot, what have you. And he was trying to disprove what people were saying by what they see like laying there. Like, how the fuck did Greeno see these girls laying there? How did Greeno see these dead bodies? I researched and I found that the funeral was private and so was the burial. It was all private to the family. And I also know that the first prayer vigil at 1 year in that Tony Katz and AG went to, sorry, I said his name. I mean, I don't understand this whole, what is the problem of the doxing? Or I say someone's name. Who gives it? What's the problem with that? I don't get it. If I was thrown out of a prayer vigil with Abby and Libby's parents and all that, like, I would think it'd be weird if people weren't looking into me and why. Like, if I was doing the behavior of Katz, AG, RG, JP, all these people, I would expect somebody to be looking into me. Like, you can't have these behaviors and think someone's not going to eventually look into you or say your name. I mean, is it like something on YouTube you're not allowed to say someone else's, another creator's name or something? I don't know. I find this highly whatever. And then it's also like people are like, don't threaten me. What? You can threaten me online all you want until it becomes like reality or something, manifests itself. I don't give a shit what you say. I mean, I don't know. I'm just here to fucking put my opinion out there. And I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent, we're all entitled to our opinion. It's like, our opinions are like our buttholes. We all have one, and some of ours fucking stink. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm entitled to this opinion. And, I mean, it's not really opinion of the fact of the transcripts and what the police are saying. Again, who said that's factual information? Or, again, I've never saw an interrogation where every word out of the police's mouth is straight truth. This is exactly what happened. because that's how the article is sourced too. It's sourced. It's explaining how when you go into a police station for interrogation, you would expect that they expect you to be truthful. So you would expect the same thing in return when it's really not that way. When it's presented to you that way, they're allowed to lie legally. Lie. Narrative? You tell me. I'm figuring out this whole live thing, and I will be having a question and answer and go live with you guys here tonight, tomorrow, next couple of days, I promise. I'm sorry I set up a couple were saying I'm going to do it and haven't. I really didn't think anybody gave a shit what I had to say, but seeing the views I'm getting and people are actually listening to what I'm saying, maybe I'll take the time to sit down and talk to you guys, whatnot, what have you. I do appreciate I really appreciate the help, the subscriptions, the likes, the everything, guys. Thank you so much. I get a couple comments about how you get in the drawing for the $500 for the 500 subscribers. My son told me I need to make it about $100, $150. And I said, nah, 500. We're not cheap around here. So if you are one of the first 500 subscribers, you will be in the pool to win 500 cash winnings. If you're one of the first 1,000 subscribers, again, the 1,000th subscriber gets $1,000. The 1,001 subscriber, I think I put it as, gets $1,500 or vice versa. Maybe 1,000 for the 1,000th and 1,500 for the 1,000th. I'm not sure. It's written somewhere on one of the videos, and I'll stick to whatever I said on that. Cash money. Cashier's check mailed to you. Stop picking up whatever you want to do. However you want the money. This channel's not about the money to me. But I was thinking about doing something where I can raise some funds to head up to Delphi and speak to some people. Would you be willing to help with that? I'd be doing it through I don't know. As long as I have hotel fee, I'm willing to cover the gas to get up there. I don't need cameras. I don't need anything fancy. Maybe if we could just help with the hotel a little bit, I'll flip the bill for the food, the gas to get up there and everything. I just maybe help out with the hotel guys, and we can get up to Delphi. We can go do a video, and see where all these people were. See what it's looking like. Just go look under these places. Go look for that cross in the woods. Go look at the crime scene where we believe it's at. Take my metal detector up there and metal detect. See what we fucking find. I want to do some investigating with a metal detector and whatnot in those woods, man. How about we grab some cigarette butts and we do a little DNA testing on them? I'm willing to do this stuff. I have a scientist connected to me. My friend's a biologist. I could have that done. I just need to get up there. If I can get up there, I can get it done. So that's where I'm at. Again, would never ask for anything for myself. And if there would be any other leftover money, we would donate it to the family or something, or wherever Ian's wanted to donate it to. Because the families, I believe there's a lot of dishonesty rolling around the families too. Kelsey's stories, whatnot, what have you. But again, we don't need to focus on that because that's really not a point of focus. The point of focus is the people that were under the bridge around the times of the murders and why they're fucking putting us on a wild goose chase and putting a narrative of this Anthony shots. Where did this narrative start? It started in the transcripts. So therefore they put this fucking narrative out, and it's the one it's the narrative they want us to believe and follow. If I'm wrong, tell me how I'm wrong. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on this. Thank you so much. Have a good day.